Thank you and welcome to the show today. The topic today is the Family Foundation Fund, and we're fortunate to have with us to talk about the Family Foundation Fund the Executive Director, Mr. OKirk. And of course, Mr. Kirk, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Well, it's good to be here, Dr. Haney. We've watched you over the years and been very grateful for the opportunity to be here with you today.
Very good. I thank you, and I appreciate that, Mr. Kirk. Mr. Kirk, you know, the Family Fund Foundation is an effort on your part and others to deal with some of the problems that we're having with our young people today.
Yes.
And we'd like to talk about that today and to see how we might be able to assist you in doing whatever you're trying to do in terms of dealing with these young people.
Yeah.
But before we get started in that, Mr. Kirk, let's have you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that motivated you in a real sense to become involved with what would eventually become the Family Fund Foundation. I mean, the Family Foundation Fund.
Yes.
And then we'll talk about other things.
Well, over the years, I grew up in Texas. I grew up in El Paso, Texas. My father's a pastor there, Reverend Isaac Kirk Sr. And we had a wonderful life, Dr. Haney. Dad taught us the importance of integrity, respect for those in authority, the importance of hard work. After I graduated, I went to Texas Tech University, and while at Texas Tech, I was introduced to the Southwestern Publishing Company. Southwestern is located here in Nashville. So my first summer was 1971. I came here to sell books. When I completed college, Southwestern offered me an opportunity to be a sales manager. I was probably the first minority in management at Southwestern. While I was a manager, I began to see that, I mean, it was a great program because it taught you how to deal with people, how to set goals and achieve those goals. But I saw that when there was a young man I was working with as a manager who came from a home where there was not a father, he always would seem to fail during the summertime. I mean, generally he wouldn't make any money or be in debt, or he might not tell the truth on his sales report or not keep account of his finances. And I would see young ladies who came from a single parent home, they always fared well. And then as I processed that, I said, you know, interesting, the young lady saw her mother model responsibility. And so, but the young boy did not have a man who showed him the way to manhood. I married in 1977. I've been married 28 years this December the 3rd to the same woman, Marginelle Kirk. We have we've been married 28 years and we have 8 children. Our oldest is 24 and our youngest is 7. And in the process of that, I understand as a father, it is the father who imparts destiny. So what happens if you have a home where there's no father? Who is going to impart the destiny? Well, I know my dad imparted destiny to me. He taught me the value of hard work, as I said, but he also taught me the fear of the Lord and to love the Lord. When you look at our society in America today, there are, as of the last census, 35 million homes where children grow up absent of their biological father. 35 million in this nation. In our community, in the African American community, 70% of the homes have no fathers. Well, then you look at what's happening in the culture. Well, what my motivation was, I said, you know, you can't save the whole world. But you may have heard the starfish story at one time, Dr. Haney. You know, there'd been a storm, and all these starfish were up on the beach. And an old man was walking down the beach, and he would pick up a starfish and throw it back into the ocean.
All right.
It was thousands of them out there. A young man come jogging down the beach and say, "Oh man, what are you doing? You're not going to be able to save all these starfish."
Good.
The old man picked up another starfish and he threw it out into the ocean.
Okay.
He said, "I can save that one."
All right, all right.
Well, see, and looking at
that's exactly it.
We're not able to touch the masses, but we have tremendous stories and testimonies of young men that we have mentored and fathered who've gone on to achieve wonderful and great things in their lives.
Very good. Now, and of course, Mr. Kirk, we're getting ready for our first commercial break. And when we come back, we'll give you an opportunity to elaborate upon some of the things that you're talking about. But that's essentially what we wanted to do. We wanted to sort of get some idea in terms of what motivated you to become involved in this and to identify some of the real problems that we're having with our young people today. And this problem with homes without fathers. I mean, this is a problem that we've been struggling with over the last 25 or 30 years, and hopefully you've got some answers for us during this next segment. And of course, we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break. We're talking to Mr. Oni.